Hello, my dear brothers and sisters, and I warmly welcome you all to a new episode. Before we move forward with today's story, please subscribe and press the bell icon so you receive notifications for all my videos. So, let's begin today's story. Arvin Rajput's house was located near the government well in the Jabalpur area of Jabalpur city, Madhya Pradesh. Arvin Rajput, 49 years old, worked as a postal runner in the Aadhar Tal zone of Jabalpur Municipal Corporation. His family included his 30-year-old wife, Manisha, a 7-year-old daughter, and a 5-year-old son. About 10 years ago, when Arvin's parents were alive, their financial situation was not good. The household ran on the earnings of Arvin's elder brother. However, after his elder brother got married, he moved out with his wife. Arvin had studied up to higher secondary school, but as he grew older, he struggled to find a job and was also unable to get married. Finally, in 2012, Arvin secured a daily wage job at Jabalpur Municipal Corporation. When he turned 40, in the year 2012, he married Manisha Thakur, also known as Babli, who was 21 years old at the time. Manisha's mother had passed away when she was a child. Her father remarried Manisha's maternal aunt, who raised her as her own daughter. Manisha had studied up to matriculation and was considered very beautiful due to her well-proportioned figure and captivating eyes. She had 2 brothers. The younger one ran a restaurant in Gwarigat, while the elder one had a love marriage with a girl from another caste and lived separately from the family. Arvin cared a lot for Manisha, but she was lively and open-minded. She enjoyed dressing up and going out, but being married to a man twice her age, who was traditional and preferred a simple life, she spent her days feeling suppressed. In 2016, the municipal corporation made Arvin's postal runner job permanent. Over time, they had a daughter and a son. As long as Arvin's parents were alive, Manisha was occupied with taking care of them. Arvind would leave for work in the morning with his tiffin and return only in the evening. Whenever Manisha wanted, she would take the children and visit her relatives or acquaintances. To keep Manisha engaged, Arvind bought her a smartphone. He even shared a couple of his office colleagues' phone numbers with her so that she could contact him if needed. Whenever Manisha wanted to talk to Arvind, she would call his friends and ask them to pass the phone to him. Over time, she became engrossed in her smartphone. She created an account on a social media platform and used her beautiful expressions to enhance her profile. Manisha's fingers kept scrolling on her smartphone all day, even after talking to her husband over the phone. She created an account on F and uploaded beautiful pictures of herself to her profile. Soon, she started receiving numerous likes and comments. She accepted many friend requests. When Arvin returned home exhausted from work, he would be happy to see Manisha engaged with her phone alongside their children. Arvind was over 49 years old, while Manisha was still a young woman of 29. Aging, alcohol addiction, and the burden of his job had physically weakened Arvind. He began to feel that he could no longer satisfy Manisha physically. When a woman's physical needs are not met by her husband, sometimes she strays. This is exactly what happened with Manisha. She became so engrossed in the world of F that she started adding strangers as friends without any background checks. One day her phone rang. As soon as she answered, a young man's voice came from the other end. "Hi Manisha, this is Raj speaking." "Raj? Who Raj?" Manisha asked in surprise. "I'm Raj Yadav. I sent you a friend request on F and you accepted it," he replied. Manisha was startled. "But who gave you my number?" she asked. "When we truly want someone, we find out everything about them, including their phone number," Raj replied obsessively. Manisha didn't like a stranger talking to her in this manner, so she ended the call after a brief conversation. Later, she recalled that a few days ago, she had accepted a friend request from someone named Raj Yadav. She had never imagined that an F friend would call and talk to her like this. Over time, her Facebook friendship turned into a source of entertainment. While Arvind spent his entire day at the office, Manisha spent her time on social media. Though she had disconnected Raj's call that day and resolved not to talk to him again, he became persistent. He started calling her daily under various pretexts. Eventually, their phone conversations turned into affection. Manisha eagerly waited for Raj's calls, and if he ever forgot to call, she would call him herself and have sweet conversations. Sometimes they even did video calls, sharing intimate moments. As their love deepened, Raj decided to visit Manisha in Jabalpur. The day he arrived, Arvind was at work, and their children had gone to Arvind's elder brother's house. When Manisha saw the 25-year-old, fair-skinned, handsome Raj in person, she was mesmerized. Raj introduced himself as Raj Yadav, but he was called Raj at home. Given the opportunity, Manisha reciprocated Raj's advances wholeheartedly. That evening, when Arvind returned from work and saw the new guest, he asked, "Manisha, where is this guest from?" Introducing Kemchan, Manisha replied, "He is my childhood friend's brother-in-law, Raj Yadav. He's from Banda, Uttar Pradesh, and is in Jabalpur for some work." Arvind warmly welcomed Raj and hosted him generously. The next day, Arvind took him to Bedagat to show him the Dwandar waterfall. That evening, they sat together and drank alcohol. Raj started visiting Jabalpur every couple of months under the pretext of work. Whenever he visited, he would drink with Arvind and spend money on Manisha's children. However, their love affair couldn't stay hidden for long. When Arvind's elder brother learned about Raj's frequent visits, he objected. Arvind too had suspicions, but he reassured himself, believing that Manisha loved him and their children dearly. On January 22, 2021, at 9 a.m., the Kant police station received a call reporting that a young man was lying unconscious under the influence of alcohol at Murgi Maidan in the Sadar area. Such calls were common, so Sub-Inspector Kanhaya Chaturvedi, along with a fellow officer, went to the scene. Upon arrival, they found a young man, approximately 24 to 25 years old, lying face down on the ground. When they turned him over, they saw that his face and head were covered in blood. He was dead. Shortly, TI Vijay Tiwari arrived with a forensic team. At the crime scene, they found alcohol bottles, water cans, and empty snack packets. A large stone with bloodstains was also found nearby. It was likely used to smash the victim's head. By this time, a large crowd had gathered, but no one could identify the deceased. SI Kanhaya Chaturvedi searched the victim's clothing and found a municipal corporation's postal book was found in the pants pocket. When the book was examined, a slip with a mobile number written on it was discovered. Inspector Vijay Tiwari called the number, and the person who answered identified himself as Malkan and stated that he was from Gwargat. When Inspector Tiwari informed him that a dead body had been found at Murga Maidan and that the municipal corporation's postal book and the mobile number were found in the deceased's clothing, Malkan told the police that his brother-in-law, Arvin Rajput, worked for the municipal corporation, handling postal deliveries. When Malkan called Manisha to inquire, she informed him that she had gone to a condolence gathering in the vehicle factory area with her children after informing Arvind the previous day. When Malkan expressed concern that something unfortunate might have happened to Arvind, Manisha started crying on the phone. Malkan consoled her and immediately took her to Murga Maidan. He arrived shortly after, bringing Manisha and a relative in an auto rickshaw. Upon arrival, Manisha identified the dead body as that of her husband, Arvind. Once the body was identified, the police team sent it to the medical college for post-mortem and began further investigation. Given the situation, the police were unable to take Manisha's statement at that time. 3 days had passed since the incident, and during this period, Manisha had attempted suicide at home once, which was reported to the Kantat police. Due to sympathy for her situation, the police refrained from questioning her at that moment. Inspector Vijay Tiwari of the Kantat police station retrieved Manisha's phone call records and found 2 suspicious mobile numbers. Upon tracking their locations, one number was traced to Akash Vinodia from Civil Lines, Jabalpur, and the other to Raj Yadav from Banda, Uttar Pradesh. The police first placed Raj Yadav's mobile under surveillance, which revealed that on January 21st, the day of the incident, his phone was active in Jabalpur from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. When the police team went to Banda in search of Kemchand, they found that he had already traveled to his village, Benapur. Tracking his location, the police raided his house at dawn, but he escaped through the back door. Despite an extensive search in the surrounding areas throughout the day, Raj could not be found. His father informed the police that he might have gone to Surat to stay with his elder brother. He also revealed that he was aware of Raj and Manisha's illicit relationship. It was discovered that in June 2020, Manisha had traveled to Chitrakoot under the pretense of an eye treatment, but she actually stayed with Raj in a hotel for 5 days. Her father-in-law had previously warned her not to ruin her marriage, but she was deeply infatuated with Raj. Raj had left his mobile phone at home, making it difficult for the police to track him. The Kant police, under pressure from senior officers, investigated Akash Vinodia's phone location and found that the number was registered to an elderly retired medical nurse in civil lines, Jabalpur. She denied any acquaintance with Manisha or Arvind and stated that her nephew Akash had given her the SIM card, though he never used it. The police were puzzled about how the nurse was connected to Arvind's murder. Upon questioning her further, she mentioned that a man named Vicky Panda, who played the dholak, a traditional drum in their religious music group, frequently borrowed her phone for long conversations. When the police investigated Vicky Panda, they found him attending an evening prayer service at a temple. He identified Manisha as his maternal cousin. This strengthened the police's suspicion that Manisha and Vicky were involved in Arvind's murder. They were summoned to the station for questioning. Initially, they feigned ignorance, but after being interrogated separately under strict questioning, they confessed. According to their statement, Arvind was murdered by Kemchand Yadav, also known as Raj, from Chhatarpur district. On the day of the incident, Manisha called Arvind to his office in the evening, and Vicky Panda was present with Raj during the murder. The details they revealed exposed a shocking betrayal of human relationships. Kemchand worked for a company in Gurgaon, while Manisha's cousin, Pradeep, also known as Vicky Panda, lived in an apartment in civil lines. Vicky posed as a devout worshipper, performing religious rituals and pretending to have supernatural powers to extract money from people. He also played the dholak in a local religious music group. Vicky had borrowed 500s from Manisha and 1,000 from Arvind, but was unwilling to repay them. Whenever they asked for their money back, he made excuses about his financial struggles. Vicky was aware of Manisha and Raj's illicit relationship. He once threatened Manisha that if she pressured him for money, he would expose her affair with Raj to Arvind. Out of fear, Manisha stopped demanding repayment and instead became closer to both Raj and Vicky. Manisha and Raj frequently discussed marriage with Vicky. One day, Vicky performed a religious ceremony at a temple, during which he had Raj apply sindoor, vermilion, on Manisha's forehead, symbolizing their marriage. Manisha and Raj were so blinded by their love and physical desires that they were willing to go to any extent to be together. They considered eloping but feared the consequences. Manisha worried about her children, knowing that if she left with Raj, Arvind would not take proper care of them, leaving them orphaned. Many times the thought of killing Arvind crossed her mind, but she hesitated out of fear. Eventually, she and Raj decided to eliminate Arvind with his help. Manisha believed that after Arvind's death, she would receive his government job as a widow's employment benefit, allowing her to live happily with Raj. Their first plan was to poison Arvind by mixing it into temple offerings. However, Vicky Panda rejected the plan, saying that others might also ask for the offering. Later, a plan was made to intoxicate Arvind with alcohol and then kill him. Pradeep, also known as Vicky Panda, became part of the plan to kill Arvind because he wanted to get rid of the burden of 33,000 urs that Manisha and Arvind had given him. As per the plan, Manisha explained the entire strategy to Raj and arranged his reservation for travel from Banda to Jabalpur. On the morning of January 21, 2021, Raj arrived in Jabalpur. In the afternoon, at Tagore Garden, Manisha, Raj, and Vicky Panda finalized the plan for Arvind's murder. It was decided that Arvind would be made to drink alcohol first and then killed. After finalizing the plan, Vicky went home while Manisha and Raj took an auto rickshaw to the railway station. A few days earlier, Arvin had helped Raj get an expensive mobile phone on installment from a Jabalpur mobile shop, and Raj would come every month to pay the installment. From the railway station, Manisha called Arvin's office and told him that Raj had come to Jabalpur to pay the installment and would leave on the night train. She asked him to meet Raj at the station. When Arvin heard about Raj's arrival, he was at the Adhartal zonal office. He quickly finished his postal work and reached the railway station by 5 p.m. There he met Raj, who told him that he would leave by the Chitrakoot Express at 9 p.m. Raj then suggested that they sit somewhere and have a drink before dinner, after which Arvind could drop him off at the station and return home. Arvind agreed to the drinking plan, and both walked towards Sadar from the railway station as it started to get dark. Raj bought a liquor bottle from a wine shop, along with a water bottle, disposable glasses, and some snacks from a nearby shop. They went to a secluded area behind the petrol pump, known as Murgi Maiden, to drink. Soon Vicky Panda also arrived. Innocent Arvind had no idea that the job he had worked so hard for, enduring years of unemployment, would become the reason for his death. Raj and Vicky cunningly made sure that Arvind drank as much as possible. By around 6:30 p.m., Arvind was completely intoxicated. At that moment, Raj picked up a large stone lying nearby and struck Arvind's head with it. Blood started flowing from his head, and after struggling for a while, he collapsed. Once Raj and Vicky were sure that Arvind was dead, they fled the scene. Raj quickly reached the railway station, where the Chitrakoot Express had already arrived on the platform. He boarded the train, which departed from Jabalpur station at 9 p.m. On January 29, 2021, Jabalpur SP Siddharth Bahuguna held a press conference revealing the details of Arvind's murder. It was disclosed that Raj Yadav, on Manisha's instructions, killed Arvind with Vicky's help. The SP assured that the main accused, Raj Yadav, would be arrested soon. After this, Kant police presented Manisha and Vicky Panda in court, from where they were sent to jail. Following their imprisonment, Jabalpur police started searching for Raj. When they examined the mobile phone seized from Raj's house, they found inappropriate photos of Manisha and Raj, revealing their illicit relationship. The police obtained the contact number of Raj's elder brother, who lived in Surat, from Raj's father. Initially, Raj's brother claimed that Raj was not in Surat. However, when the police pressured him, he assured them that he would bring Raj to Jabalpur soon. For 3 to 4 days, Raj and his elder brother misled the police. In response, a Jabalpur police team raided Surat and managed to arrest Raj Yadav. Under strict interrogation, Raj confessed to Arvind's murder and narrated the entire incident. The police charged Raj Yadav, alias Kemchand Yadav, under IPC sections 302 and 120 and sent him to jail. Arvind and Manisha's children were handed over to their maternal grandmother, who lived in Gwarigat, Jabalpur. Manisha, who killed her husband in pursuit of a government job, saw her dream shattered. In the desire for momentary pleasure and the glamour of social media, she orphaned her innocent children. Now she is in jail along with her lover, Kemchand Yadav, and her brother Pradeep alias Vicky Panda.